I'm going to do this quick. Number 57, Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z on the other corner. I don't know too much about that. I watched it when I was young. It was pretty much intriguing. Of what they, not because it didn't look cartoon-like, but the imagination of what they were going through. I mean, do you know I have a chemical that's at my house? No matter what I do with it, smashes, throw it. No matter what I do with it, as long as it stays in a bowl, like this head, the mercury doesn't go out. It breaks up, it smashes into 100 pieces. The mercury doesn't gonna go out. See this? This is my fruit bowl. I take a thin little layer, cost me 2 cents in tin foil, and then I take my paints and I mix it in side there, or I could just use one color. I can pull them out and put them on the side. But anyways, sometimes some things I do. So this is a Gaiku, and it's all in made in Japan in 1995, and that would be 19 years ago. And the card number is 393, or it's E6E. Hey 6E, hey 6E, hey 6E, hey sexy. What's going on? Dragon Ball Z. What are the balls? Because it's all about the balls. What position? See, the ball is, okay, holding on to the core, turning around within inside of itself, pertaining to all its numbers, only around the stripe. 2, 5, 8, 4, 5, 6, and that's it. If you're talking in low shu, then it's the other way around. And where 4 is where 1 is, and where 2 is, it's 9. Where 3 is, it's 2, and where 4 is, it's 3, and where 5 is 5, and 7 is in 6 Saturn, and down in Uranus is Neptune, but you got Mercury sitting between your legs. You got Mercury between your legs sitting in Neptune, Mercury and Neptune. And I'm not going to tell you all the videos I did explaining where all these numbers go. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I forget. This is, it's hard to explain how come, maybe do I have a bad memory, am I making it all up? I just can't remember everything, but if you remind me, I'll get into it and talk about, sorry, I haven't been looking at the camera. I'm sorry, camera, how you doing? You see, I just left the home base a little bit. You see what's in the background? It's a funny thing, because if you look at his mouth up here, his mouth is, there. Right there's his mouth. If you follow it, okay, down to there, there's a mask and a face down to the bottom where the yellow goes out. I'm going to finish, I'm cutting out the rest of that room today, and by the end of this week, probably by the end of next week, I'm hoping to end it in August. Because September is a whole new world, my friends, a whole new world. We are now at the stoking place of the gateway. Why? Because if you cross through, you cross from the beginning through the center over to the end. So if you cross through, you're crossing over 4, 5, 6, 3, 5, 7. You turn through 159. You turn through it. But we go around. The angles. Chinese. Showing you how everything was built. But I always saw it as a little Chinese or Taekwondo or whatever it is, the martial arts. The world. The world. What do you think? Boom, hey, I'm alive. Oh, there were cavemen? I'm going to tell you one thing about the cavemen. That was part of the Creation Avenue. C-A-V-E, A-V-E Avenue, A-V, the V of life, the notice. Caveman. He had a club, but he only had one club. Which club was he possessed? Thank God he wasn't playing, I mean, if he was playing bridge and he only had one club, he'd have a lot of strong cards, no? They say the club ain't too strong in bridge. But you know what? If you can put a couple of clubs together, you knock everybody out and you get to cross that bridge into the next world. Am I being silly? So this guy's name is G-E-K-I-S-E-N, and then there's purple over it, which means the $10 bill in Canada is purple. So 2 5 makes 10, 2 blue and blue equals purple. So understand, what does it mean? The light blue means the white. What is the white in this world? Because we have the white. It's a light blue. Our $5 bill. Let me go and get this. Look, it's blue. Sometimes the 50 is red. Oh shit. Look, what happened? Now watch this. Does it look like a bird? Like that? Looks like a bird, eh? Watch it as it goes over towards my room. Look when it goes away from my room. Comes in my face. Now look at it when it gets into the room. The colors it takes up on the other side. The looking glass. You see my room on the other side? See when it gets to blue on blue? Look what happened. The distortion of the corner into the other room. Let me do it this way. Let me just see. If you move this corner at a certain position, the red on my bill and the red on the wall now become a piece of each other. Or does that look like an angelfish, or am I acting cuckoo, foolish, dum-dum, D-U-M-U-D in the mud? But it doesn't matter. Because I ain't acting. This is it. The final strands. Wrap them up. This is all you're going to get. YouTube. Have fun. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was the piece I did. The Sinatra from the year 2014. So does everybody get my drift? You see what it is? So I'm going into the other room. The $10 bill becomes from this color here, it becomes purple because it becomes a dime. It's the dime that goes into the nickel that makes this. Where does this dime go? Does the dime go here in the center and reads off of two worlds? Or does the dime go above and below the nickel in order to have the nickel turn within the dime so you can see the above and the lower layers for the vibration or the numbers, in which the vibration might be everything. Before there was a number, it was all a vibration. It was only a movement. It was only how things came to be, and they were. And that's how they are. They chose because the elements chose. That's how it began. With the vibration, everything was able to breathe. There was movement. Things fell and things grew. We have the $5 bill, the 5 cent, the 10 cent, the 25 cent. 3 10-cents will give me 5 cents change. So that'll be 30 plus the 5 cents change is 35, only if I compare it to a quarter. So you see, the minimum I have is 35 cents. If you compare a dime to a quarter, okay, the exchange has to be, I'm going to give you 3 dimes, you're going to give me 1 nickel. So in that case, the 3 dimes is 30 cents. You gave me a nickel. That's 35 cents. Now I have a nickel. Instead of 30 cents, I'm out 25 cents. And those are all the numbers that are involved. 25 is 7. 5, 7, 7, 5, 5, 7, 25. What body are you in? You're in the car. I'm in the car. Yeah, you're in the car, man. Take it for a ride. Look what I can do. My steering column is good. I'll just put down the windshield and see what I want to see. Wow. Wow. What's going on? Riding in my car, listening to the radio. If I knew any of the music, I'd like to just get in and sing a few songs. But you know what? I think I'm going to paint, because that's what I want to do. I must paint. I have things to do. I must accomplish and finish. Oh my God, look. Look over there. Where is it? See where my finger is right there? Just right there. Take away my finger. See that animal there? What does he look like? A scuba diver? Looks like somebody's taking a wheel for a walk. Hey wheel, come on, move on over. Let's go for a walk. We're rolling. Let's go. Bingo. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I think it's the 20th of the month. Is tomorrow the 21st? Oh my God. That's a very special day. That's the day the door opens up. 29, 9/11. Tomorrow is 9/11. 8 plus 21 equals 29. 2 and 9 is 11. 1 and 1 standing next to each other is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 9/11 is tomorrow. Wow! The 8th month of 9/11 explains that it is not one gateway, but two gateways. And it is the final gateway. In the final days of the ending of the days of 31 days in the even parts of the year, until we reach not 9, not 10, 1 plus 0, but 11. We skip 9 and we skip 10. Because both those numbers are odd. We skip 2 years. So whatever year is coming up next year, just call it 2 more years of the same year. Did you follow what I said? When we have the 8, what was I using the 8, August 8th, or the number 29? When you go, how can I say it? 2014 is this year. Oh no, I was using it on 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. The 8 is even for the even months, okay? The 9 is odd. The 10 is odd. 1 plus 0 is 1, okay? But it's 5 times 2, and 5 plus 5. I mean, 10 is a very funny number. 4 and 10 are both funny numbers. 2 and 2 and 5 and 5, especially in Game of Craps. It's just amazing what the numbers do in the Game of Craps. But what I'm going to say is, so 9 is odd. 10 is odd, but 11 is not odd. So we had 8 to begin with, we had 2 to end with, 11, we have 8 and 11, which is the center alley of the, oh my God. We were in the center alley of 2, 5, and 8. Do you know what I just did? Do you know what I just did? I was so enthusiastic in talking, I was squeezing this card with the pin on it, and I squeeze it right through my hand. Now they're going to get my DNA sample. I guess it begins. I never knew that would happen. I knew they had to get my blood somehow. Oh my God, that's crazy. Wow, you should only be in my head to understand what I see, but I'm helping you to see, show you what I see. So again, so we have 8 and 11. And in roulette, it's 8 and 11, which is 8 and 2, which is the K and the B, or kiloballs, the small elements of memory, KB. At the same time, it's the 11, it makes the 2, 8 and 11 makes 19, it makes its first moon, but it makes its moon 8 and 11, 19 in the center, in the 2 world, 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 17, 20, 23, 26, 29, 32, 35. It makes it right there. The other 19 is regular 19. It comes in under the 19 on the left side. There's only one 19. There is no other that does this except for 19 itself. And it's a black 19. And there is no black 19. And there are no other numbers like 19 in red. There is no other 19 in red that you can make the way you can make 19 from a 1 red and a 9 red. There is no other number that comes up. 1 plus 9 is 10. That 10 becomes a red 10. Not like the 10 because after 7 is 10, but because of the addition and the combination of the numbers creating the 10. So you go 8 and 11, and that's tomorrow again. Heads or tails is your 28. HT, time heaven, heads or tails, 2 and 8, 9, 11, upside down. Many ways to talk about 9/11, where they come from. 8 and 1 is absolutely 8 and 3, because 1 goes with 2 all the time. If you have the body, it must be 8 and 5. You have now 13. Man is now a man. He's a man because it's 8 and 5. You need the 2 corners. You need the 5 of each corner, and then you need the 9 on top, making it a 14 actually. A 14 and a 3 that would go in between. You'd need 3 cards. That would be 17. Do you follow what I'm saying? It's all in the deck of cards. It's how you perceive the cards. I don't like to lose myself like I just did. Hey! So what I'm trying to say is the 1, the 3, the 5, the 9 in the cards all come together on different levels. Some are amateur, some are Olympian, and others are professional. Okay? Those are the way that it comes in. And the 3 is an expression card. So if you're having an expression, that would be Olympics. Because everybody wants to have the best expression and never looking to actually get paid for it unless you're working for the Hall. The Hall of Mark! The mark is the X! Mark your X on the spot. Well, what do you think? What do you think? Hello, Spot, mark your X. Yeah, I can see it right there. God's a dog and he pisses all over the place. His name is Spot. Or his name is Rex. Every time he leaves a spot, he wrecks a space. Just all kidding aside, because it's in that fashion that this first human that ever lived had to go through all these things that we lived over millions of years before he was able to replicate himself in us. So whatever you think is you are is more than what you think. And only because the first one had to do something to get where you are today. You didn't get here by somebody who didn't think the way you thought. I bet you this person was around so long that he built a computer to figure out how to think about things after that. Call it the IT world. Hey, inside of us, look, I'm a walking computer. Plug me in, I'm Matrix. So where was I going? Did you understand what I said? So August 11th. So now we end August 21st, the 21st. And the 21st number is sitting in the creation world between 18 and 21, which is RNU Nibiru, which is the second part of the bridge of Nibiru. And at the same time, it's 39 outs and it's the 7th inning stretch. The home team has come up to bat 6 times. They have been out 18 times. The road team has been up 7 times. They've been out 21 times, so I guess they're on top. They've got the spot. 6.5 innings played. 6.5. 1, 2, 3 times 47, which is the number for time, equals to a total of 5781. The only 2 numbers in the sequence missing are 5 and 6. And that 5 and 6 comes from number 23. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 5 and 6 equals to 11. 5 times 6 is 30. 0 becomes the 6 becomes 36, and 11 becomes 47 of time. Should I repeat that? Just wind it back one more time. Raphael 7286. You know what? This is really funny. Take this now. To my right on this side, there's a red mask here, a little blue on top, right? There's a picture on top of it. See the picture on top of it right there? Pretend that's his hat. That's his eye, that's his hat. Pretend in front of his face, which is the orange and blue, is his hands. Since the paper passes over onto the door of my room, of the bird, it attaches the hand to the bird looking like he has a finger going up. This is his body. This is his foot. He walks with a star in foot. And this is one leg, this white paper, and this is the other leg. This is the body, and this is the other hand, you see? And here's the one eye. He looks like he's holding a baton. He's from France. He's the inspector. He's a policeman. And look what's coming out of his... Look, there, that would be his ass, right? Well, look what the light comes from his ass. Raphael 7286. The constellation is Pegasus. The time zone we are in, let's mark it 10 plus 25. Let's say 35 days before the night, before the eve, before the switch of 57, 75. The eve of the day before. Wow. I waited 10 years, 9.5. Can't cheat. Can't cheat now, didn't cheat before, right? Don't want to cheat now. If I'm going to cheat anybody, I'm going to cheat myself, only myself. I've cheated myself, don't you worry, I can cheat myself, but I'm not going to drag you in with me. But then again, if I cheat myself and you're my friend, I'd be dragging you in anyways. Wow, almost 10 years, it's crazy. Is it real? Is it real? 30 days of hunger. Is that what it is? What was the last plague? What was the plague for Moses's? Was the last plague 30 days of hunger? I don't remember. Or was that the first plague that Moses had to run through the sands, right? Anyways. You know what's crazy? I wanted to add this. One of our biggest dépanneurs, which is a local general store like Mr. Druckers, they're going to make this deal with Japan for like $16 trillion or $1 billion, whatever the crazy number. But it's not the money. It's just because, again, another out of Asia, out of Asia, out of Asia, out of Asia, out of Asia. Really and truthfully, seriously, I can be as dumb as shit. But for me, it ain't normal. It ain't normal. It just isn't. When the Indians come down the river, oh my God, take a look over here. See that? See the 2 eyes, the blue eye and the nose and the mouth? All the way down? That is a river. That's the broken river I just drew yesterday on my wall. I almost have no white, and what's not white might be gray or orange. I couldn't separate the yellow from the red out within the company. Still have a little bit of white up there, up over the shelves. How is everybody today? So we have 35 Dage, which is electric company, and we're in the passage, and it's electric company, so I'm just making a story together, obviously, right? If I'm reading the numbers and putting a story together for the passage for the better understanding, I would say there's a passage right now, and we're running down a ravine of some sort. Two boats are going to meet. One is going to be going the opposite way of the other boat, but on angled directions, right? And they only meet every so often, and they each go around and come around from the 88s. The cycles of the oceans, the 88s, and the 7 seas, and we tie them up all together. We put lox and bagels, and we get salmon swimming upstream, but they're actually not going upstream, because if they were going upstream, they'd have a hell of a time. They may be going up the river, but something else is going on underneath the ground in order for this to happen this way. The reason behind it. Where was I? Did I slow you down? Yeah. I don't know, maybe blue's about a rubber band and number 5 is going around or something. Don't forget, if you turn this one in the middle with a gear, right, this one turns, but the asphalt that you're on, well, while this back wheel turns, once this wheel is on, this wheel is forcing this wheel, but you're guided with the front wheel. So it's the guidance that is the most important. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching. Did I say all that right? I got the cards right? No. I want to do one more thing. Oh my God. On the 22nd, right, which would give me 25 and 9. That would be the 22nd. Yes, on the 22nd, that day matches JFK's numbers. Wow, all at the same time it's happening. Right now, this weekend. That's crazy. 21st, wow, that's crazy. So what does that mean? What is the amount of time allotted and able to stream by the time the video or the thought gets from point A to point B? What is that calculation? And we just passed 2222, which again is 1/4 of the tick. Don't forget, if we're going to live by the tick, okay, we must understand that if the balls, okay, if the balls were sitting here, 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 and here, the extension homes are here, 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 okay? We need the outside to make the inside run. We need the brace of the car. We need the brace of everything. So we're running an outside system. So this cross goes all the way through, okay? Then what you have over here, let me just show you one other thing, right over here, okay, is we may have this cross, right? But there's a left and right in between in each one, making each one's value, every heart, okay, is valued at 3, okay? But it's 3, 1, 3 because there's a space. You have the center over here, you have the center, and you have this and this. It's right after, right? But this is released, and now you go to here. So in between here and here where there's nothing, you put 1, because 1 is between the 2. Okay, and that's how you end up with this and this. So you ended up with 3, 6, 9, 12. If you want to run the DNA, we can run it this way. Okay, but I'd have to put this more together, and I do have something that it's over here. These are your 88s of your oceans. I have the whole setup here. I'm not going to go through it. I always make up a different story. It's only what came into me. One night I was sitting down, and I don't know, over and over and over, 6, 7 hours went by, and I finally refined what was in my head. Started from nothing. What does it mean? We all know we're here just for the fun of the TV show that I put on, right? Thank you for watching. Raphael 7286 and the constellation of Pegasus. Take it like it is.